That SF lane is, again, also not that straightforward for a lone druid to play into.
Nah, not at all. I am excited to see how Nouns want to play this because, like, obviously, like you said, it is an offlane shaker, something that is super out of the box. But I mean, this is what Nouns does, right? Like, they just they've been
Hilarious.
running core Witch Doctor most of this tournament, and it's been looking really good. So maybe they have another idea here with the offlane shaker that they can make work. As for these other lanes, I do agree. I think for the most part, Necrophos should have a pretty free time. He just only has to worry about that level 1, level 2. Those, I think that's when he's in most threat because Husky's Undying, just the decay spam and then the good base stats you get out from Ricky are, it's a lot of damage, but I think the longer that lane goes on, the better it's going to be for the Necro. And we are going to see... Ooh, ward gets dropped.
30 seconds to battle.
Wood positioned pretty well here. They're looking for Yamsun. They do have... Ooh, he's going to have to blink strike to the low ground. And doesn't get the glimpse quite yet, no. So he's out.
Just to bail out, should be in... Well, actually, I say 2-2 bounty rune trade. I can see Liquid actually taking all of it. Nouns is not in position to steal down bot. They might snag one up top, so perhaps a 3-1. Not the best feeling of for Nouns.
Gunner's Bear is
here,
though.
Back.
All right, well, they do manage to get 2. It ends up working out in bot lanes. They will have to start beelining it there for more runes. As Nisha will grab the mid one. So it might end up being 3 runes for Nouns instead.
Right, I expected Liquid to get 3 runes out of that, but Nouns off to a pretty decent start. Should help them, spam out some regen, especially in some of these harder lanes for them to match up against. Taking a peek at that mid. SF versus Lone Druid. And this one, again, you can still kind of harass out the Lone Druid. You probably won't be able to melt down the bear with level 1 raises, even level 2. It's probably a little bit hard. So Gunner still has a lot of play here, just needs to micro, and it's comfort for Gunner. This is not something that he's too unfamiliar with. He loves his Lone Druid mid. But Gunner's also a sicko who loves Arc Warden. He just feels like every time he suggests Arc Warden to his team, they're like, no, it's going to take you 40 minutes to be relevant. But he's that kind of sicko, Ricky. He loves that.
Yeah, he does it. He makes it work. That being said, the bear might just be dead here. And it is. So your lane's in a bad spot. He managed to stack up 5 raises on it. So instant level 3 basically. Gets that 300 extra gold. And Nisha, I mean, that is as better than a kill,
Yeah, I didn't expect the bear to actually die. I felt like Gunner could have danced around a little bit more, but when the raises are up and the mangoes are ready, the bear just falls apart if you're not careful.
Dude,
so already a good start for Nisha.
All these lanes playing super low on HP, just a lot of harassment coming out from both sides. They're looking to try and set up onto Zai here. As Yamsun does have a Blink Strike, he's trying to get the level 2, and he will. But Yamsun does not have the tricks of the trade available. He's waiting on that second Blink Strike charge, and Zai will survive as a result. He's going to get glimpsed back. Pops the stick, trying to hold his ground for the moment. Gets level 2 finally, ends up Blink Strike away. Drops the Tombstone as Husky looking to try and take down Necro, as they will just focus the Tombstone instead. So it doesn't end up quite working out there. And, I mean, this is all great stuff for Liquid because the whole thing they need to do is try and just sustain this lane. And now that Necro's got the aura, it's going to be a lot easier.
And that weak point for Zai, I mean, it's still there. Level 2 it still feels a little bit shaky, but it's a lot better than his 1. And once you're at 3, you're kind of cemented in. Feels like they needed to really find that kill on Nouns. Because now you're playing at low HP, you've got good base regen on Ricky, sure, but you're not flash healing like Zai is. So Zai's always going to be able to shove out the wave, threaten the Ricky whenever he comes into CS, and you're just kind of stuck in an impasse here.
Yeah, absolutely. He can threaten with a glimpse. Obviously, it can be dodged on the Ricky, so he's looking for the Undying, I think. As maybe they turn it around onto Boxy, but it just doesn't feel easy. Like, you always have this Death Pulse that can come through. I guess we can... I mean, I'm afraid to look away from this lane because I feel like this is where all of the aggression is going to be. But I feel like we have to point out mid again. I mean, Nisha is 19-9. He is absolutely destroying this lane.
Gunner is not getting anything from this lane at all. 8-1. And the threat of the raise is just too much. And I figured he could micro his bear a little bit better, but it's just so much easier for the SF to line up all his shots. And Gunnar just can't play like he would comfortably. Like, this kind of slow start for Lone Drew just does not feel good. You need some early farm in this hero. You want the bear to be nice and fat early on. You want to get your levels up pretty quick as well to get the bear maxed out.
Ooh,
None of that's happening.
They finally get it bottom. He was in the middle of the tombstone cast animation. Doesn't manage to get it off, and Zai will snipe first blood there on the Necro, and because of that aura, I mean, it's basically a salve. He's back to full HP, full mana.
One thing, you don't want to overcommit on the Necros, or you don't want to give those openings to the Necros, because he just works the lane back up, and it's just tough going now. Because again, we talked about in draft, every lane feels pretty damn good for Liquid. Maybe the top lane's a little bit slower, which is where you have a little bit of your place, you see the reset, but like Moo on the Shaker and Lullis on the Rubik up against Mika and Insania, this is still a Doom lane where you farm. You really don't feel that scared, and with a good enchant creep from Insania, they whacked Moo quite a fair bit. Like, the Shaker off, it just doesn't feel like it stops much from the Doom, and it doesn't apply that much pressure.
I'm surprised he has as much CS as he has. Like, he has 26 CS on the Shaker, which is pretty sick. But yeah, I agree. It's not like you're gonna slow down Doom all too much, right? And that's the benefit of this lane. He did go for an early ring of health, which is a little bit bizarre. So he just wants to sustain the lane, I guess, as opposed to like just rushing like a Boots Midas or something. But we'll see what Mickey wants to go from there.
I think it's fine when you're expecting a little bit of trading back and forth. I think the one thing with Moo having such a great lane is I don't think it's necessary for the Shaker to be prioritized as much at the start. They're trying to run down bot here on Zai.
They will get the glimpse. Tricks the trade, but Yamsun's actually alone now, and if you have to actually kill Zai before he gets the kill, and he doesn't, so that's the earn charge. The turnaround is there. It's a double for Zai, and again, full heal as well. So mana, health completely reset for him in the lane, and that is the Necro effect.
It's at the point now, level 4, it just feels impossible to trade with this guy. The death pulse is too strong. The healing, the sustain you're getting out. Gunnar being ganked down mid.
Yeah. He's trying his best. I mean, they might be able to punish Insania here if he gets the root. He's really trying to get it. He needs a few more attacks. Still no root. The fear as well. Looking for him in the trees. He will not be able to TP on out. Insania will just go pick up a regen rune on top here. So he's pretty happy about that one.
Yeah, not going to mind too much. It's still a lot of attention drawn onto the mid, freeing up your top lane quite a fair bit for Mika to just farm up. No pressure of dying. Zai again finding a kill.
Yep. Yeah, this lane is unplayable as a Riki, and he's just trying to go the Meteor Hammer because he needs to try and sustain the lane, right? In terms of stats and regen, it's pretty good. But top lane, they're looking to dive as well as Moo, just getting burned down here under this Scorched Earth. It finally expires. So you'll be able to slip on through the trees.
This is some dire starts for the side of Nouns. Liquid just getting everything they'd want out. They might be able to punish Mika.
Okay, nice little play. Good rotation from Lelis. The frozen armor, though, that ice armor, is it enough? Dude, it's actually enough. You will live because of it.
Oh, God. Because of that and the Ring of Health. So there you go. It's paying off.
It did pay off indeed. Oh, Lelis. Yo, he's going to try and snipe him. He's not going to get the vision.
No.
Too fast. He's out. And mid lane tower's gone. Insania, he can just leave Doom top solo and bring these creeps mid. Help Nisha grab this tower, and we are off to the races. They are up 4,000 gold right now. We're going to see a rotation bottom from Lelis as well as they're trying to punish Zai. But again, Husky, he might just die instead, and that's going to give him his earn charges once more. Level 6 as well. Zai's looking for his first Reaper Scythe, and if Boxy gets the glimpse, he will find it. There's the pullback, telekinesis. Ooh, off the mark there with the kinetic field, so might be enough to actually allow Lelis to survive.
Still on the run.
Ooh, he's trying.
Sight range not high enough.
He's 10 MS faster. Can he get there? He really needs the scythe. The body block from Insania. It's just going to take the kill instead.
It's a shame. I think the travels were just coming in for Zai, so now he's got the move speed to kind of chase down a little bit better. But this start from Liquid is phenomenal. 2-6, it feels like the perfect game for them to jump and move.
Well, that is a Doom that even comes through as well. It's, yeah, whatever, we want the kill. I don't mind it. Like, Doom is not going to get ran at in this lane most likely anytime soon, so he's just going to use this time to find himself a freebie. Insania throws the Hurricane, tries to throw the Bear into the Shadow Fiend. It does work, slowed down quite a bit, but does pop that Savage Roar, and that will allow him to kind of reset now. As they finish off Insania, get themselves a nice kill.
It's a much needed pick off for the side of Nouns, but again, not the biggest kill. I don't think Liquid cares too much about bleeding out like that. This could be bigger in Zai.
I mean, they need this kill so bad. If he gets the root, maybe they can find the kill. He's going to try and body block him up. Zai has these boots of travel. He finally gets the root. The Reaper Scythe comes through onto the Bear. It's not enough to find the kill. And Gunner trying to run away. They get the kill anyway. It's going to go to Insania. A nice smoke screen to back away for now, but Gunner, you might be all alone in the trees here. He's gone glimpse dodged, but Yamsun's still in danger himself, trying to TP on out, but a race from downtown from Nisha. They end up returning the favor.
And it's still worthwhile for Liquid, even if they lose Zai. Even if he's higher net worth like that, you're shutting down the Lone Druid, you're shutting down the Ricky. And now it's like, who's the guy getting free farm in the lane? It's Moo. Moo's just playing top, trying to work towards that blink. Maybe once you have the blink up, you can start to give some space back towards Gunner and towards Yamsun, but Wither Tower's melting this fast, with Liquid taking both the mid and the bot now by 10 minutes in. Your jungle's shrinking. If you're space to farm up on that Lone Druid in particular, it's just, it feels like you're not going to find too much of it. They still have some control in their bot jungle with the forward ward. So there is some build up that can pour in, but yeah, this 6k lead from Liquid, man. Nisha at 6k net worth 10 minutes in. 3k above Moo almost. The highest net worth on Nouns. This is
my God,
pretty ridiculous.
He meteor hammered to the bottom wave, and Nisha denied every single creep in his face.
That's...
Yamsun does get level 6 off of it, so maybe they look for the Shadow Fiend. That being said, they will be able to pop this rotation thanks to Insania, and Gunner will be forced to chase down the Enchantress instead. The creep expires as well, so he's just adding insult to energy. Yeah.
Not able to land and Meteor Hammers to look for the kill opportunity as well. Like, this lineup from now, it just don't have that much playmaking potential. Like, we talked about Liquid not having as much, but so does Nouns. It's something that lacks for them until Moo comes in with his blink. And he is inching towards that blink, to be fair. Maybe it's all about just his timing on Moo. Once he can run around the map and try to isolate some heroes, that's where things open up, but look at how efficient Liquid are. Massive stacks to clear out for Nisha, building up even more on that lead he has. They'll try on Zai, but no.
Off, but yeah, he will. He'll get those eventually. Yeah, I mean, I like his build too. He's just going right-click damage. He knows like they've got kind of utility from both Doom and the Necrophos, so he's kind of playing the carry from the mid lane, since obviously he had a very good lane to start with. So, I like it a lot. And triple raise onto the hard camp, now just catapulting his net worth even farther, hitting 7,000 net worth here before the 12-minute mark. Absolutely bonkers.
And he's just speed running this game right now. Speed running Dota at the moment. Full Spirit Vessel up on Zai. So he's just ready to melt some faces, and they're gonna look for a kill opportunity.
Gunner's gonna catch the Spirit Vessel there and an instant Reaper Scythe. There is just no way out.
This is
top lane, Nick.
Oh.
He gets the Doom off. Oh no. And they don't connect on the Meteor Hammer either, so Mickey will just continue to try and chase down the Earthshaker here as they did TP in, as well as Zai drops that Spirit Vessel on over to Yamsun. The Glimpse is going to be focused onto Lelis, so it's going to be just surrounded here. So he will give himself some more charges to play with, and Zai not looking like he wants to stop anytime soon. If they can slow down this Blink Dagger even more, it'd be massive. Gunner trying to turn around onto Boxy. They get the root. The Meteor Hammer does connect onto the Doom as well. A nice static storm there from Boxy. They're trying to just buy themselves some time. Instead, they turn their attention over to Yamsun's Ricky. Tricks the trade for the moment. Bounces on over. They managed to finish off the Disruptor at the Doom. They're actually just killing Gunner. Zai's just soloing him. He doesn't have a Spirit Vessel charge left, but he's not getting enough sustain from the Bear. He's got a Vanguard plus the Ice Armor. He's doing almost no damage to this Doom.
Yeah, he just went full tank and utility on Mickey. You can't just you just can't melt him. Like, you don't even have the Desolator up in the bear, so you can't soften them up and try to make that process faster. Yes, you save Moo.
Blink reveal.
And he does get his blink up.
Here it is. This is it. Your only chance really you have to take down Nisha. He pops the stick. He's trying to survive. The Requiem's going to come out. He gets the fear off. Earthshaker's dead. And Nisha's out. Yamsun was not alive. They're trying to turn around maybe onto Insania, but they don't have the damage. Lelis on the backside's like, guys, we got to get something. But no, Zai just standing here on the front ground. Just too tanky to deal with as well. He's got 21 charges to work with.
Oh, God. They can't do anything.
I mean, Zai's alone. They have to punish Zai at least, right? They've got to get something here. He's got a Reaper Sight. He's looking for Husky. He's going to let it rip. He doesn't get the Tombstone up onto the high ground. They're just too afraid to initiate on even the Necro.
I mean, I don't think he can. Like, he's just too big. With the Ghost Shroud still available, with Spirit Vessel charges, with how low level you are, look at the level graph right now. None of them, they're all barely the same level as Boxy. Nouns is the same level as Boxy.
That's not a good sign.
Gunner's the highest level. He's tied in with Boxy. Like, Mika's 2 levels ahead, Zai's 2 levels ahead, Nisha is 3 levels ahead, Insania's keeping up with Lelis and Wu in terms of EXP, right behind Gunner. It's like, it's not just the net worth, like these level spikes that Liquid hit are just way too big.
Yeah, and they managed to catch Moo this time bottom. Trying to hide in the trees there, but they do not mess around. Liquid, 14,000 gold advantage here at the 15-minute mark, man.
Dire's middle tower is
Yeah,
under attack.
1k lead per minute being built up by the side of Team Liquid. And Nouns, I don't know what to say here. It's a rough game. It's a rough game. They start with comfort for Gunner right in the first phase, and maybe there's a reason why you can't first phase this.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they can't flex it. They know that it's going to be the mid matchup. Liquid just give Nisha I hear that just curb stomps that Lone Druid, landing every single raise when he needs it to. And they try to experiment around, like the offlane Shaker and Ricky. Like, I know what they're trying to go for. Like, they understand Gunner is the win condition.
He's just isolated. They will glimpse to cancel the TP, and he is gone. 3 heroes coming up in the top lane to find this one. And Husky didn't just take him down by himself. He has 4 points impetus. You talked about this hero can scale. Eventually, they actually catch Nisha alone on the backside. The Echo Slam committed as Moo will finally claim themselves a kill. The Tombstone here will be focused down, and now it's time to leave. You got yourself a kill onto an important hero. Try not to bleed anything else. As Moo, he's about to learn the Disruptor fate. The Glimpse sends him right back into mid. Zai's here as well with the Spirit Vessel. He's going to try and TP, but the Reaper side back off of cooldown. As Zai will claim another.
Oh, God. I'm looking at Zai's build-up. He's still going to have a Radiance by 17, 18 minutes in. Well, not quite that timing, but maybe by 20. Like, after all these items, plus the Radiance, this Necrophorus feels impossible.
Yeah, glimpse into War Stomp. The chain stuns are there. Lelis in a lot of trouble. He's trying to survive, but does not have it.
Dearly departed.
I mean, this safe lane Ricky is as farmed as the Enchantress. Like, he still just has a Meteor Hammer.
Yeah. Basically, right now, Zai is almost 2 times the net worth of Moo. He's definitely above 2 times net worth of Gunner and Yamsun. He's basically Gunner and Yamsun's net worth combined.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah, they're running the victory lap right now.
Games.
That's how that works, right?
Pretty much. And for Nouns, again, when you look at this draft, some people might think this is weird. I can see what the mindset was. It's like, give everything to Gunner, just have these 2 tempo cores on side lanes, and go from there. The issue is, I think every lane just went really badly.
Yeah.
There's no sugarcoating this one. It was a complete curb stomp by Liquid. The top lane was probably their best lane. Moo actually held out well on Shaker, but it's the Shaker getting that farm. It's not your Lone Druid. It's not even your Ricky.
Well, they smoke up. They know the Roche. I mean, if you have any hope, this is it. We'll see if they can stomp this in time. The smoke screen goes down. Gunner goes into the pit. He's got the fear. Tries to send back Nisha, but the Requiem comes out. The Aegis actually taken by Yamsun. He gets doomed up. On the backside, the high ground, they're all stuck by a kinetic field. Boxy's trapped the entire side of Nouns. Yamsun needs to get out of here. Moo comes in. He actually doesn't have an Echo to play with. He will get glimpsed, actually kind of to safety. So they steal the Aegis away. They get the last hit on Roche, and nouns are out.
That's actually pretty massive for now. And stealing away Aegis gives them more time to hold on to their high ground, gives them more time to farm up and try to steer this game back their way. Like, they are playing fairly coordinated on nouns. They are sticking together as a team despite this 17k lead from Liquid. They're finding some openings. Mind you, it's not massive yet. You know, they still have to kind of find a way to reel their way back into the game, but there are signs of life here for nouns. Issue is, Aegis or not, Liquid are still knocking on that high ground just a little bit, poking and prodding.
This build from Mickey is so sick, dude. Just Guardian Greaves, Crimson Guard. Good luck, Lone Druid, man. You are just not going to hit these heroes hard enough. And like, top lane, Yamsun has to be able to start putting pressure on any tower with this Meteor Hammer, right? Like, like, if you go the Meteor Hammer on this hero, like, you have to be able to do and take towers, but it's just not happened. Like, you have Lone Druid and a Meteor Hammer, you haven't hit a tower. Meanwhile, mid lane, they managed to catch Mickey, and they've got him. Oh, there's the Guardian Greaves as well as the Crimson Guard. Never mind, he's out. Blocked through the beautiful Static Storm as they turn around onto Yamsun. Tricks of the trade at the last second will allow him to survive. The Tombstone to Echo!
Oh!
Absolutely massive from Moo as they trap Nisha as well. He's gone! Insadia now on the run. The Fissures there. Can they look for more? You gotta be careful, man. This Necrophos is scary. The Spirit Vessel starting to tick up. He's got the Reaper's Sight. The Telekinesis to buy him some space, but there it is. The Glimmer Cape actually allows him to survive for now, but the damage, it's ticking up, man. Moo cannot get the Enchantress. He just barely survives, and Lelis will not get out either. And, well, it was a valiant attempt, but there it is. The Zai rotation in. Helps clean up big. Triple kill on the Necrophos with that Radiance reveal. Oh, boy.
Man, it looked so good for now to try to reel it back, like the big slam, but it just feels like the rest of the team wasn't ready to follow through. Like, Yamsun at that point was just trying to back out because he was extremely low. And their throughput coming out from Gunnar just isn't enough just yet to purely hammer in these kills. You still have issues facing up here, and they find more.
Yeah, beautiful Ward Sentry, gonna give some vision here onto Yamsun, and Mickey, as well as Zai, help find the kill. And he has 5 Spirit Vessel charges now, and honestly, this Radiance is just too difficult for them to play around, because you can't burst the Necro at this point.
Oh.
I mean, unless he's the one getting echoed in like a massive creep wave, right? But other than that, it's just too difficult, and Zai is now the highest net worth hero by a landslide.
Still 2 times the net worth of Gunnar. So he's feeling great. This is a massive Necrophos. Like, this is the early timing, early tempo that the Necros really shines in. And it just feels so oppressive for the side of Nouns to play up against that. Maybe by the time Gunnar manages to farm up this Nullifier, you feel a little bit better. He does have the Deso in hand as well, so the output is starting to build up. They'll try to smoke out here.
They really need the Nullifier, because between the Crimson Guard and all this other stuff, it's just too strong. They're going to turn it around. They're looking for Gunnar, and he's taking a lot of damage here right to begin. The Reaper Scythe is going to be there, though, and Gunnar will fall, unable to bring down the Disruptor in time. And meanwhile, Moo hiding in the tree's bottom. He's 10 seconds off the Echo Slam. Maybe they find another opening. It's going to be a long shot, though. They do have a good ward here placed on the low ground. But Enchantress, man, she is just constantly applying tower pressure with this level 4 enchant.
Yeah, no need to really try to give that opportunity out to the side of an ounce. He just played safe. Look at Moo. Still hanging in the back line, still looking for that opportunity. And that's their play. I mean, they just have to hope for a nice slam. Good set of chain stuns and blow someone up.
He's pinging. He wants to go for it. Gets the chain stuns here onto Mickey. But again, this guy's tanky. The Echo comes out as well. Do they have the damage? The Crimson Guard? They will finally. He is alone this time. Moo bides his time long enough to find an important kill to take down the Doom.
Look how much gold Mika is worth. 457 plus 633. 36. That's ridiculous. That's how far ahead Liquid is.
Yeah. I mean, they just smoke up despite Echo being down, despite using Tombstone and Flesh Golem. I think, dude, if they actually get Zai, this would be ridiculous. They've got the vision. The question is, do they actually find the kill? Moo's going to have to be able to lock him down in the trees here. The smoke pops. They're looking for him. Zai manages to get the Ghost Shroud off. The TP response coming in from the Enchantress. They will trap him for now. The Meteor Hammer is there, but Zai's just too tanky. He's just going to kill Moo instead. And that is it. Husky forced the TP on out. Yamsun on the retreat as well as Lelis hiding in the tree. Glimmer Cape will protect him. Requiem not in time, so.
Bail out. Valiant attempt. I mean, now they understand that they have to get these pickoffs. If they find a hero solo and they get the kill, it's just worth so much. Like, it brings them back. It reels them back slowly but surely into the game. It feels like they need to find, like, what, 5 solo pickoffs, though, to really feel safe in this game.
Yeah.
And Liquid are barely giving them any opportunity to find that. After going solo with Mika, I don't think he's going to show up in any lane solo again. No one is probably going to do that unless you're, like, Zai. And he's just fine getting that done. They are holding the high ground, though. And to be fair, I feel like Nouns has managed to provide enough of a threat that Liquid aren't comfy going high ground despite a 23k net worth lead. It's a pretty good sign that they're playing their cards right. Right? Like they're ensuring that they're just not gonna get run down. Like the racks are still up, the ancients are still up, your tier 3s are still fairly healthy. So you always have some place to make. You know, you've still got some room, despite it being very minimal, but you've got some room to try to turn this game around. Dota Plus says it's a 2% chance to swing it. So.
I mean, that sounds about accurate, you know? 2%, I think that's probably close. It's, you know, more than 1%, I guess. But I don't know. The thing is, I'm trying to think like what items you really need to pick up this game. Obviously, like the Nullifier is number 1, but where do you go on this core Ricky? You know, he's got Meteor Hammer and a Diffusal. I feel like if you don't pick up BKBs here at some point, you're in a really rough spot. Just because the Necro, right?
Yeah, it's going to be very, very difficult. You have to deal with that side. Constant spell damage coming out as well.
Mid lane, here we go again. The Echo in from Moo. They don't have the BKBs quite yet, but there's just no follow-up damage. The Static Storm, the Kinetic Field, just trapping the Undying. As Guardian Greaves, Crimson Guard, man, nullifying so much damage coming out here. And there's the Doom. They dive in. Mickey gets a stomp. They manage to catch Ricky as well. Moo gonna turn around with a stomp of his own. But Moo, unfortunately, gonna go down there. The Reaper's fight to fall. The damage amp is there. Zai cleans them up. 5 dead, and the GG comes out. Nouns will finally tap here at the 26-minute mark.
Man. That was a spectacular performance coming out from Liquid, and for Nouns, I don't know if I can honestly say I like what they did in the draft. I like the idea behind the draft, right? Like you pick your hyper win condition in that first phase. You get Gunner his comfort, right? You open up with the Lone Druid, and then you get